Checking connection, checking connection, checking connection, checking connection, check. Pan. Pan, 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 pan. Pan, 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 pan. Tilt, 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 pan, pan, tilt, tilt, pan, pan, tilt, tilt. Pedestal, 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 truck, 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 truck. Dolly, 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 dolly. Focus. Focus. Extreme close-up. ECU. Extreme close-up. Oh. Extreme close-up. Close-up. Medium. Wide. What's up? What's up? What's up? The Real From Lism. Shout out to you. Why do we have 2 film classes now? Oh, so you have a film class with Miss Ayla. Shout out to the Miss Ayla. Shout out to Kevin. What up, Kevin? Welcome to the party, bro. Yeah, so you typically have me for film practicum. Don't point that at me. Too many ums already. Yeah, so you have Miss Ayla for your normal 11th grade or 10th grade class, right? This encompasses everybody. So I have a 9th grade unit that we focused on yesterday, and then we have the 10th, 11th practicum, which is my unit, and then we have the seniors. So we are all encompassing here, right? So let me know any feedback, and I'm glad to relay it to them because I'm always in contact. So if you have any additional questions, I will totally get to that. But shout out to you, the Real From Lism, making it happen, making some really nice work happen. Right up here, if you're checking on the YouTube, you can see that we have a plethora of different concentration, well, not concentration, but different portfolio from the Real Distant portfolio that was quarter 3. Now we are in quarter 4. So quarter 4 entails that practicum continues, 10-11 practicum continues, which is now the concentration unit. And yeah, you have your normal documentary unit, I believe, that Ayla is doing. And then 10th grade is a sound and film unit, right? So if you have any questions as far as that's concerned. Guys, this right here is a Super 8 camera. Fantastic little film cartridge device. Takes film cartridges that go in the side over here. Made it a little bit more ergonomic to use a camera like this in those particular settings where you didn't have time to really thread a reel, right? What we're working on right now is the Real Distant concentration portfolio, and within that, some of you have already created your Real concentration leader, right? A leader is about 6 feet of film that usually is used to thread into a projector before the film actually gets rolling, right? And if you had noticed in your Google Classroom, I talked about the new assignment, which is, you know, I'm very loose about deadlines and stuff like that. However, I am putting forward the deadlines because I do have a lot of engagement, and I want to keep those that are engaged or need like activity or want to use this time wisely to have a chance to keep having assignments. So I'm going to keep putting assignments out there, but remember, I'm taking it with a grain of salt given our conditions in this unprecedented time. That being said, I did announce the new assignment, which is the 5-second countdown. So it needs to be exactly 5 seconds, right? And actually you could see, ooh, my audio's a little hot. My audio's a little hot. Gonna turn that down. But you could see that I actually put in a 5 count of my own. If you're looking on the YT right now, you can see that I have my personal concentration from last year. My concentration was based around a location shoot down the road from my house. I've been capturing my daughter. I was really trying to capture a cinematic image and focus on the color grade. If you notice this shot, there's a lot of activity in the background. Apologies for that. But if you notice this, some of you might think, oh yeah, Mr. Marcoux, he does all these digital effects and tricks us and stuff like that. That's not the case right here, actually. This was all shot in camera. I found a reflection that was overcast, and when I put my shadow, me and my daughter were playing shadow puppets, and we put our shadow puppets up against the whiteness. Well, a lot of unhappiness back there. I might have to turn off my mic in a second. But if you can notice right here, you can see this is all done in camera. The rhythms of the water, plus when we put our shadows in front of the overcast cloud cover, it created this really dazzling effect. But that's all in camera. I encourage you guys to think about doing in-camera effects. So you can see I'm doing a little bit more switching yesterday. Yesterday was a terrible, terrible show. The first 15 minutes, oh man, I was stuck on a loop. And I didn't even notice it because I'm doing so many things myself right now. I'm switching, I'm doing camera, I'm acting, I'm writing the show, I'm creating a rundown. Last night I worked on my rundown trying to get this format a little bit better. So the format is the template of your show. And in that I have my intro package, which I think went okay today. I had a 5 countdown, a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I went to my intro package, and then I faded to the actual talent. Me. Some talent, right? And I like this actually kind of setup that I have going on. In the bottom left corner, if you can mention what that is, bottom left corner, it's like an infographic. Tell me what that is for some interactivity. I want more interactivity. And you can kind of see that I have like this kind of Vert-O-Vision right here that I've been having fun with, my composition of my zone, right? The blank spot back here that allows room for my head to bob up or down. You know, you got the Mark the Centaur in the background, backwards Roma. And then I have some foreground, middle ground elements. I have my cameras over here and some leading lines happening with this keyboard. And then I'm in the middle ground. So I have foreground, middle ground, background, right? And I'm working with this composition with rule of thirds, keeping my eyes on the top third. My spine's on the right third. I'm not crazy about centered framing, even when it comes to video conferencing. What up, the real Diana? How's it going? I'm going to throw a bunch of waves your way. Ooh, 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 ooh. Booch, booch, booch. Oh! What the heck is that? I have to flip it around again. That's a good book over there. Tom Wolfe. Check him out. Read, read, read. April Reading Challenge is not over. Shout out to the April Reading Challenge from the Gov Raimondo, giving us Tappa shout out for that excellent reading activity that we've been doing down there at the Tappa Virtual Land. Big excitement this week because I had a lot of people join the thread. Welcome 9th graders. Welcome the real McKenna. 9th grade minors are welcome too. And if you're looking for activity, right now we're doing the concentration reel. I do have to kind of get to what this show is going to have today. First off, we're going to do the code switch of the day. So, you know, lately I've been doing binge watching. I'm so tired of that term, binge watching. It has terrible connotations, like film is some kind of illicit substance. And honestly, if you have to binge something, even if it's film, it's most likely an issue. And binging just has a connotation with terrible health decisions or personal decisions. So I changed it to a triple F for me, which has its own code switch necessary probably, but that stands for full course film feast. Or feasting film. If you can come up with a better term for binge watching that we can like spread throughout the world, please let me know in the thread, and I'm glad to engage it. Or if you haven't, if you want a code switch on a code switch and give me some suggestions towards things that I would do for a code switch of the day, let me know in the thread. Just be wary about code switching yourself there too. Yeah, so we're going to do code switch of the day. I'm going to get into the assignment a little bit more in a moment. And we're also going to do some virtual crits, some big shout outs to give to people that have put work in overnight. And I'm excited and inspired by your work completely. So, yeah, I do have a bit of a rundown right now. I do want to pitch also towards the end of the show when it kind of like winds down and stuff like that. I encourage you guys to give me critiques live. Tell me, you know, how can I improve this program? What subject matter would you like me to go over? Even if it's more advanced or watered down, whatever. I'm open to your suggestions. I'm open to suggestions of improving this show because really my concentration right now is concentrating on this streaming. right? This is the first time I've ever streamed, so I've done about 17 episodes to date. I think this is the 18th episode. Oh, man, crazy, right? But I'm persistent. I keep practicing. I keep doing my digital push-ups, right? So I can get better at this, and potentially this may be the streaming unit of the future. Maybe we'll have a streaming unit when we get back, or maybe right now, if anybody wants to engage. That's cool with me. I'm down. You can notice I kind of flipped things up a little bit. Going blue today. Read into it how you will, but no worries, dude. No worries. I love everybody. Anyways, yeah, this is the real Marcoux. Welcome if you've just tuned in, trying to get some more engagement. If you've checked out some other live streams, I was checking out the RZA versus Premier. That was pretty exciting. You know, the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan versus DJ Premier from Gangstar. One of the greatest streams I've seen in a while. It was backwards. I got this mirror set up. That's part of my format, right? I'm always looking into the mirror whenever I'm performing for you. So it kind of makes my world a little bit more fun to play with and try to experiment with this art form or this vertical cinema scope as we see it. Right. Flying the plane as we sink it. Not really. One moment, please. Here I am. Oh, I think we have some guests today. Oh, the real Oscar. What's up, real Oscar? Shut up. And your boy, Viking Dude, here in the place to be. Couple strips of paper, can push them all along, creates a kind of neat little effect. So welcome. How you guys doing, real Viking Dude and real Oscar? Your show is terrible. It's really driving me nuts. How long do I have to hold this reel up in the air? Well, it is the real Marcoux. Yeah, dude, get it. Oh, that's not Viking Dude's voice. Yeah, that's not, like, really nice, Oscar. Maybe you should be a little bit more considerate. I'm not considerate. I'm the one giving the awards, not real Marcoux. Well, I think he has a point there, Marcoux. Yeah, I think he does, Viking Dude. But welcome to the show, guys. Hopefully you guys can be supportive co-hosts. Who knows? Alright, so yeah, the assignment of the day. So a lot of you guys have created your real distant leaders, and I was really excited to see some real distant leaders come in through the pipeline. I had some wonderful work that came out of the woodwork, and including technical difficulties. That was just a shot I took of a couple channels switching in between on my antenna TV, but I had some real distant leaders. Ooh, the real Caden M, shout out to you. This wonderful silhouette landscape with that landscape horizon on the bottom third, and this wonderful rendition of the silhouetted trees against that beautiful gradient from red through orange through yellow through into like this pale blue to the dark midnight blue. One of my favorite colors, midnight blue, in case you can't tell. And there's this wonderful stippling grain throughout. This really chunky, beautiful, big grain that gives it like this tactile texture feel. You know, if you saw some of my episodes earlier, 4 episodes back, you had the chance to see some wonderful texture that was getting involved with some of the other students. But also I was shooting against like the asphalt and against the pavement and putting chalk on asphalt. And then that ended up opening up a whole nother artistic venue. Gotta keep moving this hat so I can get some more light on my face. Tried to work on the lighting a little bit. I actually moved my, I have a little shade on this, and I moved it so that way it wouldn't be so blown out white back here. And so that way it was a little bit more even, right, the lighting. And hopefully that's working today. We'll see. But I am on auto function, so it fluctuates as it goes. We try to break auto function to do what we want to do. And I try to keep it rolling with a little bit of color commentary, so that way people are listening or watching. Back to the program. So yeah, working on my glitches and trying to make it not too apparent so that way people don't think the feed just broke. Don't jinx yourself, Marcoux. Yo, welcome to the real Marcoux. Yeah, we're getting into it. So yeah, the assignment, right? The leader is one where you take 3 postings and you put them side by side. At least 3. Because you know what? I had some fantastic work in come in from the Reely set. I love this piece where he took 6, right, and he combined them, so the 6 photographs together create one beautiful artwork, and it's almost like an album cover you got going on. Look at how he has like his foreground, his middle ground, his background. He actually puts himself here on the left side of the frame. That really kind of stands out to us, makes us feel like we could shake his hand or something, or join the party, right? And then he's back here pointing at himself again in the middle ground. And then we have these background elements, this wonderful sense of space and perspective created by these leading lines of the room. So I thought that was a fantastic piece. And yes, you could do up to 9, you could do up to 12. But the thing is that 3 creates a row on your Instagram profile. So try to do that. And these, this is really a way for you to kind of almost create a sketch or a template for what your concentration may be. You might say, oh, what is a concentration? What is my focus? It could be anything. You know, there's the world of art is wide and open, right? There's abstraction, surrealism, personification, right? Personifying toys, right? Shut up. Hey, cut it out, Oscar, all right? Mark, what do you have to say about all this? He's really quiet. But, yeah, personification. You could be doing a show. I had one student who said, oh, I want to create these characters and create this kind of show. That's great. So make that the focus of all the assignments that I give you forward, right? You could say color is my concentration. There's way too much noise going on in the background. Oh, and my audio is way too hot. Way too hot. Pardon me for a moment. It's Thursday. We want a long weekend, folks. Pya, pya, pya. That's going to work. But, yeah, I muted it on the YouTube, but it's not muted on the IG. We're crazy over here. The Marcoux are crazy. Chateau Marcoux is going nuts. But, you know, it's important to let people scream every now and then because it gets out that external energy, you know. We always want to maintain our sanity by exerting ourselves or, you know, taking it out on some artwork as opposed to each other, right? So try to push everything as far as you can go. I guess. I don't know if it came out right. Whatever. Yo, so, yeah, based on that concentration, your concentration could also be camera movement. So maybe you're thinking about, oh, I want to involve a lot of different camera angles, rolling to, you know, Dutch angles. Maybe Dutch angles is your thing. Maybe close-ups is your thing. Maybe depth of field, shallow depth of field is your thing. Right? Push forward with that specific skill set so that way you're better at it and that way you can inform others that you're working with. You know, filmmaking is a team sport a lot of times. So it's great to have different people with different ideas and expertise that they can bring to a larger puzzle and create innovative artwork, which is kind of like what we're doing right now, right? More virtual engagement is key. Still haven't had anyone chat on the YouTube, but that'd be fantastic. Does anyone have any suggestions for code switches or any stuff down the line? Let me know. I'm on a 20-second delay, which helps my feed, because I was finding that without the 20-second delay, sometimes I would get popped out. So that gives my computer a little bit more time to process the crazy stuff that I'm doing and send it out to the web. But I will get to your suggestions and criticisms as soon as I get them. All right? So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that leader, if you have any questions based on that, I have some other ones. Shout out to the real Matthew. Where did that go? I hate seeing blank screens. So, yeah, we have this wonderful kind of cinemascope style of this beautiful antique car. Wonderful composition. Great shot. I love how the car... Oh, it's paused for a moment, but it's back. And, yeah, so shout out the real Matthew. Shout out to the real Fromlism, this wonderful triptych. Triptych is 3 posts next to each other, 3 photographs creating one piece, or 3 paintings creating one art piece, right? A triptych. Diptych is 2, right? Anyways, this wonderful triptych piece by Fromlism. It seems like his concentration is based on aqua, or water, or blues, or crisscrossing compositions, because I feel like you have these wonderful crisscrossing compositions within each piece, but then throughout the whole thing it's very centered and symmetric. A little bit of the rule of odds going on because it's not quite centered, right? This wonderful gradient from highlight off in the distance to like the dark algae that we see in the foreground. So it's really moving your eye around the composition. The piece that I announced last night was the 5-second countdown. I gave you a little sample of that. You know, you could be abstract, you could be surreal, you could be cubist, you could be... Cubism is when you break up the frame two-dimensionally to create a piece. I have a bunch of concentration work that I'm always working on in my sketchbook. Let's see if I can pull up that cubist piece that I had. So sometimes I'll just scribble on a page and then I'll fill it in like a coloring book or something like that, and try to come up with new random ideas. Ah, here it is. So yeah, I broke up this frame. I just like kind of scribbled on the page, right? And then I filled in those scribbles with different details, creating this kind of like broken fragment of mirror or glass, right? So I really like that piece. Also, some of my concentration this year, I was actually focusing on Mickey Mouse. I was doing a lot of Mickey Mouse drawings. And you can see right here, I was just developing him in kind of crazy ways. This one's a little controversial. We'll take a peek, right? What's going on there? Oh my god! What's his army? I don't know what that is. So that's a little tease right there. A little action Mickey Mouse, right? Just kind of creating like these different Mickey Mouses. Actually, he's going out of copyright, I believe, in 1920. It was in 1924, Steamboat Willie. So the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse is going out of copyright, I think, in a couple years, because copyright expires after about 100 years or so. After an artist is dead, their artwork becomes in the public domain, so you're able to repurpose that artwork. So yeah, there's a little bit of Mickey Mouse. I did some other Mickeys over here. Kind of like these muscle-bound Mickey Mouses. And really inspired by my daughter as well. So it's just kind of creating these ravenous, kind of bloodthirsty Mickey Mouses. I thought that was interesting because Disney's kind of like taking over the media industry, and here's a little mashup of some characters that I developed as well, right? So you got that different characters that could mix or match. Maybe Mickey's about to get himself in trouble right there. Probably. Who knows? Right. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just sketch things from TV. You know, I was watching some stuff on TV, and I was just kind of like drawing them. You know, I was really bored. This television program went on for months, and it was just like, it was really inconclusive and left me on a cliffhanger. I didn't like that show. It's a really bad show. And yeah, some other characters I drew from TV. Sometimes I just do sketches from television, or just kind of, I like seeing people moving while I draw them, because it's, you know, you're really able to capture the lifelike feeling, or the dead inside of them. Here's some more Mickey Mouses that I based on some drawings my daughter and I had done together. And I thought actually making Mickey Mouse look a little bit more crude was more interesting to me. So that's a nice concentration. Here's a simple Mickey. There's a simple Mickey. But also sometimes I just draw things around the house, or I'll draw subjects like my daughters and stuff like that. Here's a drawing I did, just sitting with my daughter. I just asked her to pose for me, and I just drew and drew and drew and drew. Probably took me about an hour and a half. And notice the quality of line, right? I always try to fluctuate the quality of line, like a lighter tone where maybe the contour is a little farther away from me, and when a contour is a little closer to me, I actually add some weight to my pencil and add a heavier line. So I like to have that fluctuating line quality. I think it's something that creates life. Here's another one of my daughters. This is from a photograph. Bicycle action. Actually, if you ever apply to RISD or something like that, RISD actually requires a drawing of a bicycle. So it's pretty insane to do. There's my wife and my other daughter. So I like to draw. You know, when I get bored, you know, if you don't have technology, you know, who cares about tech when you have a pencil, you know? That's where the real art comes from. And then you could take, you know, that real and perfect line that you create, put it into the computer, and you're creating something very innovative. So I really like that work. Oh, here's the family. Here's all of us. I like that one. Thought it came out okay. A cute one. Beautiful daughters. Even they can hear him screaming today, you know. That's okay. We're getting the energy out. Looking forward to a weekend. Oh, here's that terrible program again. Ugh, what a horrible show. I hated that show. Months on end. Just wouldn't stop. The characters had no closure. Terrible. What are you going to do? You know. I'll flip around just because in case you guys are interested in some of my work. Yeah, so you see, none of it's perfect. I like to do graffiti too. None of it's perfect, but, you know, it's okay because, you know, we're making imperfect art. Imperfect art. Right? Shot, 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 shot. Can't believe that dude's out. Put him back, please. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you saw that video that dropped yesterday. It was from the 50 pennies in Toast Chalone, you know. It was like a 5-year-old video. Oh God. Oh, you know, you could tell why they didn't come out the first time. Oh, terrible. Oh, check this out. Yeah, if you're looking for some good music, check out the Gorillaz. They just came out with an amazing music video. I love the Gorillaz. They came out with an awesome song, Aries. Really cool music video too. Kind of for you 10th and 11th graders, it really kind of showcases kind of that walking cycle that we were working on. So some of you guys might think your concentration is animation. That's perfectly fine. I would love that. Guys, we're 27 minutes in, folks. I've shown you a lot of art. I'll show you another scribble because I like scribbles. I like when scribbles come together, you know? That creates like these strange abstract spaces, you know? I can see these octopuses that I was drawing, a little manta ray down there, kind of loose, what do you call them? Coaches, right? And some graffiti. I love that, you know? Oh yeah, the camera operator. See, I was going to do a camera operator cycle. Like this camera operator was just going to run around and film things, right? Little cameras with legs on them. Devil. I like doing devils. Devil's in the details. Oh, Mickey. Gotta love some Mickeys. One day I'm going to make a film with these Mickeys. I'll probably get sued. But that's okay. It's important to push copyright, you know. Just for, you know, I should have a disclaimer on this show because there's so many things that, you know, people might think, oh, he's stealing this, he's stealing that. But this is for educational purposes, which means it should be fair use because I'm trying to teach students with this about media literacy. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people that might be watching, maybe like eyeing me, being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get them for repurposing that logo or this logo. But yeah, it's educational purposes, so gotta push these things because otherwise we'll lose our rights. And we'll go more into that on media literacy, mental health, Monday, Makeup Monday, right? So I have some special info for you there about how we can push media because it's our freedom of speech, you know, it's our ability to repurpose ideas or parody public figures and stuff like that is very important for us as artists. We need to be able to express ourselves how we see fit. Hey, shout out Caden. Oh, I keep flipping this camera. Whoa. What is up? I got a lot of people joining me today. That's awesome. Feel free to give me suggestions on a code switch of the day. You know, I did SUCK the other day because I think it's so rudimentary and just sounds horrible. It doesn't reflect well on yourself. And binge watching. Ugh, I can't stand that term. So let's get out of using binge watching. You have a problem if you got to binge. Big time. Don't binge anything. Don't binge. Bad. Bad for your health. All right. So yeah, we had some fun. And then I had some wonderful work coming from the great senior, the real John F. John F, I believe. And so that one's fantastic. These really surreal shots. Ooh, fireworks happening, right? He actually had a video in here somewhere, too. Let me see if I can find that video. Shout out to the real Kalia. I love this Dutch angle. Showcasing, it looks like before quarantine, I hope. But, yeah, I really like what's happening with that Dutch angle. Feeling like the world's on a tilt. Really wonderful work. I had some stuff from the real Alec. He gave me his real leader. He wants to focus on some performance, some theater. Looks like he's inspired by Drizzy. That's cool. Music is great to inspire. And he wants to do a little bit of animation, so he mixed those three things together as his real distant leader. These are all sketches, just kind of giving us an idea for what we would do, because our countdown should involve our concentration, right? You might make an animated 5 count, or you might make a one-shot 5 count. Just make sure it's 5 seconds. Try to stay specific about the time requirement, okay? Hey, Kevin came in. Oh, Kevin, thank you for blessing us with these shallow depth of field extreme close-ups of details. Perhaps your concentration might be like exploring micro worlds, but I love the sense of perspective you bring to your shots. Ooh, yo, check out how stark that lighting is. This black and white shot, right? The T is the center of the frame to us, right? But it all falls off into that shallow depth of field. So shallow depth of field could be an exploration for you. Again, shallow depth of field from the Kevin. I believe I forgot your handle. The real Kevin, I'll call you right now. But yeah, and then this complementary color, the red versus the green. It's interesting because red oftentimes stands out, but here the red is like receding, right? The green is the foreground, and the red, the warmer color, is the background. So it creates this kind of like fight inside of our brain, because oftentimes warmer colors seem to stand out to us. Cooler colors tend to recess, right? In a composition. Yeah, you always got to put a glitch in there, right? Yeah, and then, let's see if I can... Oh! King Parr is back! King Noel Parr is back. Fantastic job. So it looks like your concentration is a bit documentary, man. It's kind of like following your life as you go. I think that's really phenomenal, and I still love that pitbull shot. The fact that you brought that to black and white created a whole nother scope. I thought this shot was kind of funny because I don't play with TikTok or Snapchat or anything like that. This was just like kind of a stupid IG filter. My daughters were playing around, and I just thought it was funny with the virtual style. She has this kind of like virtual TV buzz on her eyes. The real Lenora, shout out to you, honey. Love you. And yeah, so we had some fantastic work come in overnight. I would like to maybe potentially show you guys some other work to maybe give you guys some inspiration. I guess we could jam out a little bit while you guys come up with maybe some requests. Let's see if we can. Let's see if you can, Marcoux. There we go. That one's not as fun. That one's not as fun. Oh, that's the fun one, right? Let's get that. Let's get that. Where is it? Right there. Oh. Those guys, but look forward to getting work from him all the time. A little bit of motionscapes is pretty happening. We'll play that in the background maybe while we do some stuff. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We'll mute this so we can kind of get some info from you guys. You guys have some suggestions towards a code switch of the day? If not, I might just cut it a little early and regroup. Ew, a little bit of dust on my hat. Got to work on that. I'm working on it, folks. Get that dust off. Well, that didn't hurt. Trust me. I'm not injuring myself for this. Gotta put Viking Dude to... You could see he was dancing a little too hardcore. Almost injured himself. Right here I have some little bit of kind of some footage that I took years ago doing some slow motion. So if you're doing slow motion, that's another focus that you could have for your concentration. Trying to see if, you could be focusing on composition. You could be focusing on vertical video. Maybe vertical video is your thing. Maybe the square box, the standard definition aspect ratio works for you. Maybe you're going for a longer CinemaScope, not the HD 1920 by 1080 pixels. Maybe you're going for a little slimmer, a little playing with aspect ratios, playing with blocks and bringing them together. This is focus on nature. Perhaps you want to look at nature, if you can do that, like from your window or in your backyard or from your porch. Stuff like that. We got to do with what we can. We got to be creative. Backwards. Whoa, you see that? Oscar, you're getting a little bit testy over here. Hey, quiet. Okay. Anyways, moving forward a little bit. I'll show you guys again that little 5 count. Really love this piece. Probably one of the best pieces that I've created out of 5 seconds, But it's really cohesive. And I spent a lot of time editing that. No effects. Just a little color grading. A little bit. Just a hair. A little goes a long way. You push something too much, you start seeing the digital funk. You start seeing the pixels destroy themselves. Yeah, I waved at a few folks. No one's waving back, but hey, what are you going to do? Not even trying to spam that like button or anything. Someone's backing around in circles down the neighborhood. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, boy. Maybe some audio issues today. Yesterday was a tough show. Trying to make it a little bit better, trying to do some switch up moves with the OBS software. That's what I'm using to capture this and stream it effectively. Let's see if we go to day 4. Maybe there's some stuff that I'm missing before we close it out right now. Trying to find some stuff. Trying to find some stuff that's not a black screen. Trying to find some stuff that's not a black screen. Try this one. A little commercial I made for my father-in-law. You can see this logo. Maybe you're thinking about doing logo or graphic design. And he was doing a job restoring boats. So I put together this. And also you see some transitions. Maybe transitions is your concentration. Feel free to combine things, like maybe an artistic movement with a technique. So, my first concentration was surrealism and painting, right? I brought forth surrealists such as Frida Kahlo and Max Ernst, and I looked at their work. Looked at their work all the time, and surrealism is based on your dreams. So I would paint these crazy dreams that I had, and that was my concentration, and that got me my 5 out of 5. So that's a high score for my AP studio art elective, which gave me college credit. So this concentration assignment is basically the time-based version of that. Lots of screaming, very healthy. But yeah, you had this consignment shop that kind of sold different boat parts for a little bit of value for people who were into boats. And I did this shooting with a Steadicam too. You could see the camera movement that's involved, this swaying, this swooning. Is something that I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about camera movement. In fact, my own art, my own style, which has developed over about, a long time. Don't give it too much info out there. Hackers will get it. But yeah, if I was to state my artistic statement or something like that, it's really about following camera movement. Maybe that'll get them to stop. Trying to take camera movement and imperfect camera movements and finding the value in imperfections, stumbles, and trying to push those to create new camera movements. So, you could take a couple camera movements combined, maybe a roll to a Dutch with a sway, and you're creating something new, right? Potentially new. People have probably done it before, but maybe they didn't capture the certain subject that you're capturing. So bring something new to the existence of your art. I hear a lot of people say, oh, you're biting me, this, that, the other thing. Well, yeah, if you literally just copy exactly what someone's doing, it's kind of biting somebody. But if you take something that someone's doing and push it a little bit further, then it's inspiration, right? You got to keep a constant dialogue going on, you know. Part of the game. Lots of screaming going on in the background. Don't you guys know I'm live? Ugh, what are you going to do? Coffee's cold. Very cold. Anyways, folks, we're about 41 minutes in. I haven't heard any suggestions, so I'm not going to do something based on no suggestions. I guess I could give you guys a little bit of feedback. Perhaps you guys can come up with code switches for some things that I would suggest. Well, a lot of code switches that are needed. It's an SH bomb that gets used oftentimes, and could find another one for that, right? I usually like to say ish. It's like kind of rich, ish. Kind of a simple way of doing it, but you know, when you do say that, people get what you're saying, so try to flip it up with something maybe totally different, so that way they're not like, oh, okay, you meant to say beep, you know. Flip it up, you know. I hear the F-bomb get thrown around, and then someone says, oh, WTF, you know. Oh, well, I get what you're saying, bro. You're mad, or something like that. So try to find other ways to communicate to others, that way you don't cut off anybody, and people are open to discussion. Critique somebody, critique me, like maybe in the thread now. No critiques, I must be perfect. 20 seconds later, you stink. Code switch. Yo, let's see if I missed anything on my rundown. I had this rundown, I put it in my little extra sketchbook over here. I drew a little dude last night while I was doing it, just to kind of stress relief, you know. Watched Black Mirror last night. Bandersnatch? Ooh, that was interesting. Very fascinating. Hey, I'm working on this storyboard right here for a film that I've been wanting to produce. This is actually a film that I wrote and storyboarded probably about like 10 years ago. And I just kind of want to maybe reinvent that project because I found it was really timely now, based on like kind of gas mask camera dude kind of thing. But I've been really pushing this abstraction. I've been finding new things about my art that I'm really excited about. So I'm trying to push in different directions now. And yeah, I might even shoot this in a vertical cinemascope, vertical Vert-O-Vision. Maybe, because it's kind of part of the times right now, this isolation, this claustrophobia that we're feeling, I think might add to this piece. So we're going to see how that goes. I might, you know, I try to use my iPhones for all of our assignments because I want you guys just to see that everything that I've done thus far has been on my iPhone, except for that 5-second. I shot that on my Lumix. So I think I might take my Lumix and try to set up a, you know, giving you guys a little clue into what I'm working on. I'm trying to take my camera and maybe adjust it on my rigs. That way it's standing upright. So that way this nice camera is on a vert. And maybe on some of my camera rigs, like my shoulder mount and stuff like that. So I could shoot like really high quality Vert-O-Vision and maybe find new artistic explorations with that. But I do also want to push abstraction. I'm really kind of focused now on abstraction and Dadaism and the streaming tech. A few ums today. The streaming tech, you know, I'm trying to see how we can kind of mess with this and innovate it and find other stuff. Dude, are you serious? Man, this is one of those days. I just like not doing... Really hope the stream came through. Too many buttons. Too many buttons for Mr. Marcoux. See if I hit that button, if that does anything. It says I was live before. You're live. Yay. Live like 20 seconds later. Oh my gosh, guys. Too many buttons. Too little Marcoux. I just did this whole program showing you guys art and stuff like that. Looks like I'm going to have to record this thing over and over and over again. I do not know. Do not know. That's disappointing. Too many buttons, guys. One Marcoux. Could use support, guys. Yeesh. Wonder if it went live. We'll have to see. Gotta cut this early. Got a meeting coming up. What are you gonna do? So we'll post that later. Too many things. That's alright. You know what? Gotta make mistakes, and you can't feel too bad about it. You know, if you guys miss one of these assignments or something, just move on. I'm not gonna penalize you for things that, you know, you have life involved right now. So make sure you get to that first. You know, I'm just putting these out there so that way you have some activity if you are interested. And but I do want to see some work completed so I can make this a valuable course. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. I think I'm gonna cut it short just so I could see what the heck just happened with this Streamola. Any comments? Oh my god. Well, I guess benefit is we won't see hear all that screaming in the background. What are you gonna do? Alright, folks. We'll see you on Monday. Tune in, 11 a.m. Give me some live crits. Extra credit for comments. Extra credit for virtual collab. Let's do something real. Live. Simulcast. Stuff like that.